Hey, good morning. This is Anthony. Drive Dive. What's today's date? December, 16th. Anyhow, thanks for being here, clicking on this video and watching. Today, I want to talk about discipline, right? As I've talked about like productivity, and I've talked about, as it relates to James Clear's Atomic Habits and Susie Welch and your value system. I mean, at the end of the day, it boils down to like, what do you want to do, right? Make your list and like just do it, right? I mean, last night I get home, I don't even know, right? Life with kids and everything gets a little nutty, but it's like, I hang out with my daughter. I come home and she stops eating and she wants to sit with me on the couch and watch a movie and eat her dinner. So I get her to eat her dinner, and then we're opening, our Advent toys, her and her brother, and my wife's baking up a storm, But I think in a lot of that, it's like, my son then he's downstairs, he's playing video games with his friends. And so I think you see a lot of like sort of discipline in that, right? Examples of people doing what, they set out to do that day. I mean, obviously my wife had a plan, to get the recipes together. She had done some shopping, and she's, baking up a storm, making all kinds of treats for her high school students, washing the dishes, everything like that in between, tackled all that stuff. I highly value spending time with my kids, so I was more than happy to. I know you might watch this and judge and be like, oh, you can't eat dinner in front of the TV, and too much screen time for a 3-year-old and blah blah blah. What am I gonna do? I don't see the problem, right? It's like I got to spend time with my daughter, mission accomplished. She's got a full belly, mission accomplished. Check, right? So whatever. My son, he obviously planned, I think, with his friends, to hang out and play video games, whether it's Roblox or Fortnite. So, when my wife's phone rang, it was one of my son's friends have my wife's contact info or something, so they FaceTime her. She passes off her phone, and then he's playing with them, through that. So you know what I mean? Like, he made that plan, and his friends made that plan, and they all followed through on it. So it's cool to see, them have that focus and determination and just follow through on their plans. And for me, it's like after everybody's in bed, and it's like 9:00 at night, I did some cardio, right? Because lately I've been slacking in that department of working out, and I guess because I can't work out the way that I would like to, right, regularly, and it's not even working out. To me, it's more like a training approach where I have this discipline in mind where, I've got this, scripted workouts, and right, with sets and reps and everything, but after every workout, like, I tell myself, like, I'm going to go heavier, and then we'll see how many reps I get next time, or I wasn't feeling it this time, so I'm going to stay at a particular weight resistance and, have this goal of more reps, right? Just setting goals for myself for the next workout. But unfortunately, with everything I just mentioned, going on, it's like I don't have that full hour every time, to hit it regularly and hit those goals, right? And then when I don't get to do it and make that progress, I start feeling down and everything, and it's upsetting to me. So, I don't think I get to take as much of a training approach, and it is becoming more of just like, we gotta work out, we gotta go through it, we gotta engage the muscles, and whatever else, right? Be active, get that step count up and everything. So I think it was 2 nights ago I did. It's just to get some pulls in, I was doing some pull downs, and then I may have done another back exercise, and then some curls or something, and some forearm work, my boring, at times, computer work, work at a computer very heavily, and, long stretches. And so my posture is not always the greatest. And so I feel like I got to do a lot to correct or counter, a lot of that. So I'm more than happy to do, pull downs and whatnot. Again, it's not like I'm really going, maximum effort, or, whatever. But just to engage those muscles, I think is important. And then last night, I did like 25 minutes of cardio while I was watching a little bit of TV, and then afterwards, I always eat at night, so then I got to eat while I finished up an episode of is it Tracker? Is that the name of the show? Anyway. But I think I started like a load of laundry before, so then before I went to bed I threw it in the dryer. When that one episode of Tracker was over, I sat down and edited a video for my son's Kid Kana channel, which I would really appreciate it if you checked that out. He's here on YouTube. We got him on TikTok, which is really blowing up. Tried Twitter a little bit, meh. Facebook a little bit, meh. But yeah, TikTok is just growing and growing and growing, where we can't seem to follow back enough. Where TikTok thinks we're just like either a spam or bot account, and it's like, oh, you followed too many people too quickly. Try again later. So it's apologize to those people who are waiting for us to follow back. But we're working on it. In the meantime, it's been like 2-3 weeks, and he's gonna hit probably like 500 followers very soon. Yesterday was like 365, and today I think it's at like 420 or something like that. So it's growing. It's growing. We post a video a day, kind of like I try to record a video here while I'm driving. But I think that's what it's about, right? It's what do you need to get done? Find a way to get it done. Sometimes you got to trade off a little bit, right? Like I said, here I would love to work out to like a greater degree, greater regularity, greater duration. But I mean, I just can't right now. So, half hour here, half hour there. Maybe some higher reps and things like that where I don't have to like warm up a ton, or take a lot of time in between sets. I can do like, supersets and what the heck are they called? Like supersets, trisets? I don't know, some kind of cycle thing or whatever they're called. A circuit, thank you. And just to move, right, and keep the body engaged, and I can do that for a half hour. And just fit it all in. Make the time to edit videos, make the time to keep up with the finances and laundry, and doing some quiet-ish chores, while everyone's asleep. So that's it, man. Yeah. Don't get lost in TV, right? Sometimes discipline. TV gets in the way. I try to tell my son all that stuff, There's things you want to do, make sure you do those before you get sucked into the television. You'll lose the time for sure, and then you won't get things done and wonder what happened with all the time. And it's that discipline. Sometimes it's what to do, other times it's what not to do. So with that, turn this off, check your to-do list, get busy, and make it a great one, and I will see you tomorrow. Take care. Thanks again for watching. Like, subscribe, comment down below, all that fun stuff. See ya.